Well, hello, you great and magnificent people. How are you on this beautiful day? Like I always say, it is going to be a beautiful day today. Before we get moving, we got to pull this filter out and change it up for Warden. I think the pool's almost done. That filter's not even that bad. I think the pool's almost done. This morning got down to 50 degrees. Miserable, guys, miserable. That means winter's coming. Well, they call it fall, but I call it winter because that means it's going to get cold out. I could have used a sweatshirt actually this morning. No, it's much too early for that. But after a few days off, one more day than I actually planned on taking off, but it's just the way it works out. Once again, short week. Not crazy short, just we're just gonna run out to Indianapolis, do our normal, come back, and got some plans this weekend that I'd like to be back for. You know, I actually have a buddy of mine, you guys have heard me talk about him, California. He started calling me a part-timer in trucking. I used to argue with him, but I don't think I'm gonna argue with him anymore. It's become part-time here anymore. For a little bit longer, then we'll get back to full time. So vicious, so vicious. On the upside though, I did get some polishing done on the truck this weekend. You know, I think they turned out okay. I didn't get the set box done. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet because it needs to be, well, it's just all bent up, it's shot, but the rims turned out okay. I'm happy with them. Well, on another sad note, Mr. Opie will not be joining us again this week. The daughter's schedule is just a little bit too busy at home to really get her to take Jax, my other pup, over to Grandma's house in the morning before she leaves. I'm really hoping for next week though. Next week is the goal, to start taking Opie with us on a full-time basis. But where there's a sad note, there's a happy note. I got a new pillow, guys. I haven't had a new pillow in this truck for a few years, so good about that. Now we're back to a sad note. I busted my microphone. I knew I shouldn't have hung it where I did, guys, but I hung it off of this. And if you're wondering what this is, a lot of you have asked, that is a speaker for my CB radio. Yeah, I can't hear anything when I'm in first class, so I need that speaker there. But I would use that microphone whenever I was talking to you guys. Oh, when we were either going down the road or when we were talking like this inside truck stops. It's one of those lavalier ones I'd clip on my shirt. That way I wouldn't have to yell at you. Well, right now we're going to run down to the grocery store here in town, stock the truck up with a little bit of supplies that we do need. Because remember, part-time trucker now. It is so much easier walking up to a truck with shiny rims. I mean, realistically, you guys really think that we live in an industry now? Or more so, we don't live in an industry, we work in an industry. To where a week that is going to be a little bit over 40 hours is going to be considered a part-time gig. Not realistically, just in my eyes, or I guess in all of us truck drivers' eyes, we're going to go ahead and consider a 40-hour work week part-time. It's just weird. You know, you talk to a lot of people, they work 40 hours a week, straight up 40 hours a week. And yes, Mr. Big Bear, I'm pumping these tires and I'm recording it just for you, big dog. They seem to be doing all right. Do you guys remember working a job before you became truck drivers? Or even EMS workers, cops, firefighters. You know, you guys are, what are you? Gosh, my dad was a paramedic. I'm trying to remember, what was he? 28 hours on? Somewhere around there? And we all know cops, EMS, cops, EMS, fire department, hospital workers. You guys are amazing. Oh my gosh. You know, I'm sitting here talking about 40 hours a week being part-time, and then, you know, truck drivers, we're running 70, sometimes more hours a week. But you guys, oh geez, you guys put the hours in, and they are a heck of a lot more stressful than the hours we put in behind the wheel of this truck. So I salute you, I really do. Thank you for what you do. This is going to drive me a little nuts not having that microphone, and I'm having to yell at you guys again. As for right now, we are loaded up. We have our trailer and we're heading for Greenfield, Indiana. So we best get a go on it. We have a little bit of city traffic we got to go through here in Sioux City, Iowa, versus where I usually pick the trailers up, and there we can just leave and not go around any city traffic. But this city's not too bad in the wise of the amount of traffic. Now granted, they get a little bit on the I can't drive way, but we're making it through there. Let's go for a drive. guys, the trip's going really good so far. We're probably about a little bit under, a little bit over 200 miles into our day. This part-time truck driver, he's pulling her off today, I tell you what. We are roughly probably about 20-30 miles from dropping down on Interstate 380 here in Iowa that goes down through Cedar Rapids down to Iowa City. Then we'll jump on Interstate 80 and beeline out of Iowa. Real quick while we're driving down the road here, hey, I ran into my first subscriber while we were in Sioux City there. I mean, I've ran into subscribers around my hometown before, and I usually know them. This one I didn't know. I truly had no clue who he was. One thing, guys, if you run into me out here on the road anywhere, you can gladly come up and chitter chat with me. I have no problems with that. I don't talk as much in person as I do over, well, looking at a camera. I kind of talk a little bit more this way. And my problem is, though, is I'm horrible at taking compliments. I've always been that way. I don't know what it is, but if someone tells me good job, you know, I forget to say thank you, and I just change the subject to something else, or I knock it down, you know. I say, oh, I just started it when I was bored, you know, and blah blah blah. So if I forget to say thank you, if we run into each other, thank you. That's just the way it is. I don't know what it is, you know. My dad, you know, he's been following me along on YouTube here too, and he'll send me a text message saying, hey, you hit 3,000 subscribers, or hey, this video has over 20,000 views, and that's awesome, good job. And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. Realistically, I should be, hey, thank you for telling me good job. I don't know what that is mentally, why a person has troubles taking compliments. But yeah, if you guys run into me, I'll chitter chat all day long with you. Well, maybe not all day. I'm not that talkative. I can talk to you that long through here. Like I said, though, things are going really good. The trip's going good. And it actually is clouded over a little bit. We may actually see a little rain. We haven't seen rain in a while. I'm not complaining. Not complaining. I would like to see rain at home, but out here on the road, if it rains, it rains. I mean, you guys know me. It rains everywhere I go. So I will find rain on this trip. We just got to figure out where it's going to be, because it would be nice to see it in Iowa, because a lot of these farmers up here in Iowa, they need a little bit of that moisture. Alrighty, that's it. I just wanted to let you guys know how things were going. A couple things I just want to... Oh guys, trip's going really good. Well, pit stop time. Actually, it's to check the lights, make sure everything's working on the light front. Nice little place to pull over at. I don't really do a whole lot of business here. It's one of those places that you get diesel, then you best get off their property or they're going to kick you off of it. So I guess I'm just stopping here just to tick them off. Hey, I can be mean every once in a while, guys. Well, so far this part-time trucker is doing pretty good. I remember how to drive a truck. That's the goal, right? Look at those. Woo, shiny. I like shiny. Look at those. We've given up on all those lights. All those lights are officially retired. They're done. They're coming off the truck. Finally decided to spend a little money. Ordered new lights for them. As for right now, we're going to make sure our windshield's cleaned up. So I think we're going to get rain, and I think we're going to get a lot of rain from the looks of it. Part-time trucker. Part-time. Part-time. Is there such thing as a part-time truck driver? Yeah. That's been me lately. Not really, though. Hell, you're still putting in. No, I'm not going to call me a part-time trucker. I'm just going to call me a driver that likes to be home on the weekends. You own your own truck. You got to that point in life, and you're happy where you're at financially. Why work all the time? Kick back and spend some time with the family. Because remember, it's about the family, not about the money. You know, the weather would be, I guess the weather is perfect, guys. My truck is really loving this weather. The humidity's up there a little bit, but not horrible. Temperature's way down. I think we're probably around that 70-degree mark, which in the truck it's perfect. This weather's perfect for in the truck. Now if I was at home or on the motorcycle or trying to camp, yeah, I'd be sitting here whining to you guys about it being too cold. It's too cold. I know. How can I say 70's too cold? It's really not. 70 is beautiful no matter which way you look at it. But I just know what that means. When it's the middle of the day in Iowa and it's 70 degrees, that means fall's coming. After fall is that dreaded W word. I don't even want to say it. I'm not gonna say it. Nope. I will not say it. Think that'd work? If I don't say it, it won't come. It's about like that whole thing where you always say, if you can't see me, I can't see you. Or no, if I can't see you, you can't see me. You know, when kids are trying to play hide and seek with you when they were little. That was always cute. Tater tot. She always loved hiding in between our couch and love seat at home. And she always thought that I couldn't see her. Her butt be sticking out. And that was always so cute. Well guys, the trip's going really good so far. Like I said earlier, we're running into a little bit of drizzle, a little bit of fog, nothing too bad. Ran into some road construction. I don't know what it is with Illinois. They run into a little snarl on road construction, man. They just shut the interstate down. Shut her down, man. And they detour us off. This one was well marked versus they've detoured us off before and not had well marked places. Well, right now though, we are stopping and we're topping off the reefer because where I dropped the trailer in Greenfield, Indiana, they like a full fuel tank, and we're about, roughly about 60 miles from there now. So by the time we get there, drop this trailer off, that tank will still be full. We're gonna run inside, grab the receipt, and get back to trucking. And before you ask, yes, I remembered my mask.
Okay, I'm just
No reason for that to take all day. Guess what? When we get home from this trip, I have an eye appointment. Guys, you're probably gonna see me in glasses. I think I need glasses. That's gonna be a life changer. Well guys, if you've been paying attention throughout this video, you realized that I only polished one side of the truck's rims. That's right, that's right. I polished the passenger side rims, and that's it. That's all I did. That's all I polished. I know, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. One side looks good at least. Just keep looking at that side. I just ran out of time. Flat out ran out of time this weekend. And I even had an extra day off than I didn't think I'd have. It happens. What will we ever do? Guys, we've made it out here to Greenfield, Indiana. And we've dropped our trailer. We've hooked onto an empty trailer. Now we're gonna go about another 20 miles up the road to Whitestown, Indiana to get our reload. We'll talk more about that tomorrow in tomorrow's video. As for right now, we had a great day of trucking. It really was. It was a little foggy, drizzly. We only had one little mishap where a car tried to play chicken with a truck. I thought we were going to hit them. Didn't get any of it on video, so I figured we just will not talk about it a whole lot. Hey, you guys see that? Those lights are working. Amazing, just purely amazing. They must be about like me, part-time trucker, right? Anywho, guys, you guys be safe, truly. Keep yourself safe. And as always, I'll see you next time. Part-time trucker.